Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Thunderstruck Super Series presented by Big Frig. And tonight, in the Killin Time Tour Mod division, we're at Martinsville Super Speedway. As man, probably one of the best tracks on the service for this particular car, and half-mile paperclip. And we got 125 laps to settle. Who's going to take home You're not going to get a clock. We might give you a watch, maybe a alarm clock that blinks 12 a.m. forever. Um, but somebody's going to win something tonight. And I tell you what, Martinsville brings all the heavy hitters. This field's going to be stacked. It's going to be a hell of a race tonight. So get yourself prepared as we get ready to send a few drivers home, as the grid for the B main has qualifying already over. Mike Hasty going to lead the way. Will Dravicki starting second. Sam Wetstein starting third. Starting fourth, Ray Page. Shane Bedford starting fifth. Thomas Capuano starting sixth. Tyler Rice starting seventh. Logan Surgeon starting eighth. Chuck Feltz starting ninth. And Phil Hitman Monzo brings up the rear of the field in 10th place. Only 5 drivers going to make it to the feature race. So you're going to see these guys fighting hard. If you're up front, you just need to be smart, play your cards right, and transfer on to the next round. As Calamity, seeing yourself turn sideways, could see yourself watching the feature from the outside. We're under lights tonight, as Martinville's got the lights going. Which is the way God intended, that's for sure. The ticker never really works for some reason under the heat race. So we'll go ahead and swap over to the tower. That way we can keep tabs on who's going to be where. As Mike Hasty looking to have a better race this week, has just had a lot of trouble here lately in the main races, so he's going to try to race himself in. Will Dravicki, new guy to me. Expecting a lot out of him, though. Of course, you got Ray Page, Sam Westside right behind them. Pace car is off, getting ready to go green. Mike Hasty going to lead us down. Barney going to give us the go. And green flag is out. As Hasty going to get into second gear pretty quickly and try to set sail here, as he is able to clear the 30. What you're going to see tonight is a lot of low line racing. As Sam Wetstein, very, very loose. That setup obviously needs a couple laps to come in, as he's got to be careful. Hang on to it, as he is definitely a little bit loose as he comes off the corner. You can see the back end kind of step out. Car should come in after a few laps. Tires get a heat cycle or two in them. Yellow flag is out, though, as Ray Page has gone around. Let's see what happened to Ray Page. Kinder Farmer Ranch Wreckage Rewind here on Rebel Racing Network. He's right behind this crew, trying to find somewhere to go. Ooh, that's a check up just a little bit, and that car is super loose. And he goes around, and you see a little smoke coming out of that motor. That's not a good thing. So he should be coming down pit road to get that fixed, as we have our first caution on lap 3. 20 lap races in these B mains. So not a lot of time right now. Shane Bedford in that transfer spot in that 82 machine. If we can stay green for these 20 laps, I think we're going to have a pretty interesting battle for this 5th place. Man, these are some really competitive cars fighting it out. And Tyler Rice sitting there in 6th place. Logan Sturgeon right behind him in the 26th. Chuck Pegleg Phelps and Phil Hitman Monzo, and Ray Page Currently going down pit road to get that fast repair, to get that motor fixed. But now he's got to be extremely careful. He can't race as hard as he'd like to because now he's not going to have a fast repair. And so, going to be tough. He can definitely do it. Just have to avoid the wrecks, keep your nose clean. And try to pass a few cars, get up there. Want to welcome everybody who is watching on YouTube, Facebook. Welcome to Rebel Racing Network. I'm Andy Smith. Good to have y'all here tonight. Hope y'all ready for some really, really fun, exciting racing. Probably a lot of bumping and banging tonight, as these guys will want to win Martinsville. Had a lot of fun this week running tour mod races. Got called a butthole in the official one of the official races, so that's always good. If you're not being called a butthole at least once, you're not driving as hard as maybe you should be. So, in my case, you're going to have the control of the restart on lap 15 to go on lap 5, and he gets a good restart. Thomas Capuano are going to try to take that inside away from Will. Will going to give him that spot. Thomas getting that low line. See just how important it is. Will going to try to fight back though. Oh, he's going to get a nice run off that corner. Let's see if Thomas is going to do the same thing that Will did. Does give him a little bit, then closes the door. Ooh, that's very, very sketchy. Able to get that second place. We'll check in on Shane. Back here in the 82, got a couple guys fighting behind him as he is currently in the transfer spot. And so Logan Sturgeon and Tyler Rice back here trying to battle it out so they can get up there and take that fifth place away. Themselves in the feature. And Ray Page has moved his way up 2 spots since that last restart, knocking on the door of Tyler Rice. This battle right here is going to be where the action is for sure, as none of these guys are in the transfer spot, but they're fighting to get themselves up there and to get up there, maybe battle Shane, who currently is about half a second in front of him. Oh, and Tyler Rice rolls the center a little bit better and sends Logan Sturgeon around. He backs into Chuck, and Philip Monto kind of weaves through the field. So caution is out on lap 10 as Logan Sturgeon goes around, gets a bump from Tyler Rice, and there he goes. These guys Austin powering the front stretch. We'll see if they get trapped behind the pace car. Looks like they'll be able to go on by, I believe. And they do, so go back and see what happened. We were kind of there and we saw it immediately. We'll do a little bit of slow-mo because there's nothing to do under caution. They're kind of not going to pit. So we'll actually go right here with Tyler Rice. You see Logan a little bit sideways going in. It's just not rotating enough, and Tyler just a much better center of that corner. Tyler not a dirty driver, so it probably just kind of surprised him how close that was. We'll back it up. We'll go on the cockpit view of Tyler, see what it looked like from his point of view. Yeah, Logan gets a little bit loose on the entry, and I think whenever he finally got it wrapped up, it kind of slowed him down in the middle, and I just don't think Tyler was ready for that. Kinder says, hello, Eddie. So nice to be watching the boys race. That's right, man. I'm always looking forward to Wednesday nights. The more and more I run these short tracks, though, the more I long to be out on the track, man. I'm getting a little bit of the bug, man. Last week, spent a lot of time running these cars, the super lates, realizing that I've got a lot to learn, that's for sure. But, man, it's a lot of fun. Be able to race with some of these guys only makes you better if you get on track with them. But we've already seen 6th on back just be kind of everybody up here playing nice, but 6th on back has been a mess, as those guys really, really fighting hard, knowing they've got to get to 5th place. Shane Bedford kind of that hill to climb if they want to make it into the show. All right, pace car going to head off. Thomas Capuano giving him quite a bit of space there. So Hasty, oh, they try to jump the start a little bit. Hasty actually bottles him up a little bit, trying to keep that from happening. And oh man, Shane Bedford drives hard down in there, moves Ray Page out of the way. Phil Hitman Monzo goes to the inside, and boy, this is not going to end well. And oh my goodness, and it continues 6 on back as Logan Sturgeon clobbers Tyler Rice, and we stay green though, unbelievably. Green flag is still out, and man, look at 6th place is still wide open. Now Logan Sturgeon going to go into the inside, and caution does come out as Tyler Rice still sitting on the front stretch there. So, oh my goodness. Looks like he's having some engine trouble or an itchy leg, one of the two. Go back and see what we kind of were watching that, but hell, let's go back and see where all that started. And Shane Bedford's like, no, you're not taking this spot. Gets up into Ray Page. Logan Sturgeon gives him a bump. Phil Hitman was like, hell, I'll go. And then just a madhouse as Logan Sturgeon almost goes 3 wide, gets into the left rear of Phil Hitman Monzo, then gets into the wall, comes off the wall violently into Tyler Rice, into Chuck, and we're playing dominoes out here, y'all. You see Tyler kind of sitting in the track, no caution, caution not out, like, hey, we kind of backs it up out of the way and lets everybody go. So, man, that we just knew that was going to happen. As soon as Shane drove it in there and got into Ray, we knew, yeah, that was not going to end well, and it didn't. Well, Tyler Rice now 2 laps down. Chuck Pegleg Felt's in pit road. Not really sure if he had his fast repair unchecked, but he is currently getting repaired. It's about a minute on pit road now, so that's going to effectively take him out of the race. Tyler Rice being 2 laps down with only 3 laps to go. Going to be hard to make those up, so that leaves 5th place with Shane Bedford still, and Ray Page right behind him. So Ray Page has recovered quite a bit. Looks like we will get a green-white checkered here. Well, this is any indication of what the feature is going to be like. Might as well go ahead and buckle in. Go bake you some popcorn. There's going to be some fireworks for sure. And these boys ain't playing around. Everybody up front kind of taking it easy. You don't see that much racing up front, but in the back here, it has been desperation. And no disrespect to Mike Hasty, Thomas Capuano, Will Dravicki, but we're going to keep our camera here on 5th place as we get ready to go green. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to have 1 of 2 green-white checkers. And as of right now, Shane Bedford in that spot. He's going to try to hang on to it. Mike Hasty takes off. Ray Page going to get ahead of him. Let's see what Shane. Ray Page actually gets a great restart and going to jump down. He's going to take that 5th place. So all of a sudden, Shane Bedford, who has been out. Oh, we got somebody in the wall. Who is that? Oh, Phil Monzo goes around, but we stay green, so we're going to stay here on this 5th place. Oh, and Logan Sturgeon gets into Shane Bedford, but no! Sam Wetstein wrecks right in front of him on his own and spins out, and Logan Sturgeon is going to take that 5th place. My goodness. This race has been exciting as shit. Let's go back and see all that happened there. Of course, we see Phil kind of spin out there, and he's up against the wall. And then we see Ray Page taking that spot. And, man, then Logan Sturgeon gets into the back end of Shane Bedford and sends him around as Shane was trying to cut down under the 98. And Logan just gives him the old bumper, but then the 98 spins out. And it looks like Race Control gave Logan Sturgeon an EOL for that, so he's got to go back to the end of the longest line. And made with that spin from Sam Wetstein and his bump on Shane Bedford, he had gotten himself in the top 5, but now he's on the outside looking in. As Sam Wetstein's going to hang on to that 5th place. I'll tell you what, if I'm in that 5th place position, I am nervous as all get out. Mike Hasty still lead. Thomas Capuano still 2nd. Will Dravicki 3rd. And now Ray Page 4th. Sam Wetstein been running that position most of the race, but here at the end finds himself on the bubble. This is our last green-white checkered attempt, so once we go green, the next flag will end the race. Hopefully we'll get to see some checkered, but I think we're going to see even more desperation as we have lost a few drivers. Chuck sitting on pit road. Shane Bedford also on pit road. Such a shame. He was been clean all night and found himself in a hornet's nest back there fighting for that transfer spot and is now out of this one. All right, getting doubled up. Get ready to finish this thing out and get into that feature race. We'll have a couple minutes of warm up after this race. We'll talk to the winner of this one and then get ready for 120 lap feature. We got all the good out of this one. We squeezed all the juice out of this lemon. Pace car off. Watching that 5th place. Sam Wetstein currently in that 98 Stars and Stripes machine. Currently in that position. Let's see if he can hang on to it. Oh, he doesn't get a very good start there. Logan Sturgeon going to take it 3 wide there on the restart. Backs out of it. Phil Hitman Monzo on the outside hanging on to that. He's currently in 5th. Let's see if he can hang on to it as they go down into 3 and 4 side by side. Oh, he gets out of the groove a little bit, and that gives Sam Wetstein the position. So Sam currently in the bubble spot. Let's see if he can hang on to it as we watch this battle back here. Here comes Phil Hitman Monzo back at Sam. Is he going to give him the bumper? No, he is not. Sam Wetstein going to make it in. Mike Hasty is your winner. Thomas Capuano 2nd. Will Dravicki 3rd. Ray Page 4th. And Sam Wetstein in 5th place. Congratulations to those drivers. Let's see if we can pull old Mike Hasty in here and talk to him. Hey, Mike, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Eddie, how are you, bud?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I hope you're having a good night. Already a good start to the night. Cool, calm, and collected. Easy sort of win there as everybody trying to just transfer. There was a hornet's nest back behind you, but you look good in that B main. How you feeling about tonight?
I feel okay. I like it here. I was kind of bummed that I even ended up in the B main, but my own fault for messing up qualifying. It was pretty good, though. Car feels good. real good actually. So I think I get, as long as I stay out of trouble, I should be okay.
Well, I'm glad you said that. Trouble has been sort of a thing that's kind of bitten you a lot this season. This is going to be tough to get up through the field like that. I mean, kind of tell me what your strategy going to be.
Lay back and let everyone else wreck themselves.
There you have it. All right, Mike. Well, congratulations and good luck.
Take care, bud. Thanks.
There you go. There's your B-Main winner, Mike Hasty. You see the strategy, and that's to just try to survive. Martinsville going to be a one-lane track. Man, you're going to be wanting to be on that bottom, especially on restarts. You get on the outside. It's almost in a way you want to try to stay in an odd number position, especially if there's a lot of restarts. You almost give up a spot just to be there on the inside. It's too hard. If you get stuck on the outside, you might find yourself losing 3-4 spots before you get in. So we'll see if the old ticker has come online yet. Let's see as it transfers over. We get this grid on deck. See if it will swap over for us. There we go. All right, warm-up is over, man. We're ready to get into it. I'm excited for tonight. Let's go ahead and get the grid for the Big Frig 125 at Martinsville in the Killin Time Tour Mod Division. Jason Warren on pole, and on the outside of the front row is A.J. Rogers. Donald Clark starting third. Garrett Kinder starting fourth. Dylan Bates fifth. Daniel Pope second, starting sixth. Are you serious? Awesome. Rick Rube starting seventh. Aaron Johnson starting eighth. Ninth, Terry Bates 10th. Josh Oswald, Shannon Wilder 11th. And Eric Tracy 12th. Mike Steffen 13th. 14th, Frank Barbary. Brandon Meyer 15th. 16th, Mike Hasty. Thomas Capuano 17th. Will Dravicki 18th. Ray Page 19th. And 20th, Sam Wetstein. Well, man, I tell you what, this is a stacked field. Jason Warren going for another win tonight. Was able to pick up the win last week at North Wilkesboro for his first win on the season. Missed a couple races, so he is down on the points. But Josh Oswald, A.J. Rogers currently battling it out. 1 point differential that Josh Oswald has over A.J. Rogers. So A.J. had been pretty much dominant so far. Last week got in a bit of trouble and found himself 1 point out of first place. But, we come here for race wins. We ain't worried about championships. And you come out here trying to win every week, you'll be in a good position. 125 laps, no tire changes. Whatever you got on the car right now is what you'll end the race on. Most likely you won't come in for fuel unless you messed up your setup. One faster pair open setups, so guys are able to adjust the setup as needed, but we are getting ready to go green. 125 laps at Martinsville. Jason Warren leads us down. Barney going to give us the go. And green flag is out for Jason Warren. They go down into turn one. Clear so far. You see Donald Clark. Oh, gets a little bit loose as he's trying to get that second place away. Oh, Mike Hasty into the wall already. Talking about trying to stay out of trouble, and immediately gets into the wall. We go back up front. Donald Clark able to take that second position, and Donald Clark setting his eyes on that 32 machine of Jason Warren. But oh my goodness, Garrett Kinder goes around, and caution is out already on lap 2 as Garrett Kinder goes around. And unfortunately, as he's got 624 on the inside of him, and what happened here? He's trying to squeeze down into that open slot. I told you guys are going to be trying to get down to the bottom, and unfortunately Rick Rube was there, and it's hard to say that Rick Rube did anything wrong there. Looks like Garrett Kinder just trying to get into that open spot, get down off the top side, and that gap was a little bit probably smaller than he thought. So Garrett Kinder will drop all the way back to the back in 20th, although looks like Thomas Capuano goes down pit road for some reason. So I'm not really sure why he's coming down pit road, but nonetheless. So already, caution out on lap 2. We got a long way to go, boys and girls. So they're either going to drop like flies or they're going to figure out how to get it cleaned up. But, man, I tell you what, as hard as these guys are going to be racing, stuff like that's going to happen. And there's nothing like spinning out on lap 2 to give you that that feeling of, well, I have really put myself behind the 8 ball, so there's no point in rushing, no point in trying anything crazy. I just need to be smooth. And sometimes it can be a good thing. You know, you don't want to spin out. Kind of puts a lot of wear on these tires that you didn't need. But at night races with a cooler track temperature, tire wear won't be a huge issue, if at all. I don't think, anyway. Martinsville usually doesn't really put the hurting on tires. I mean, you don't want to be sliding them, but still has plenty of time to get back up there. It looks like Rick Rube does get an EOL for that. So race control saw it a little bit differently, and that's why they're race control, and I'm a broadcaster, because they saw it as something that could be avoided. So Rick Rube will actually go all the way to the back. And pace car going to head off. Jason Warren going to have control of these restarts from here on out. So he'll be able to check and see where he wants to go whenever he wants to. Ratchet Miller says, caution happened before I got here. Yeah, it did. I'll give you a pass on that one. 32 gets a nice jump as Donald Clark follows in behind him. And battle here between A.J. Rogers and Dylan Bates. A.J. Rogers able to get that bottom side, but I tell you what, Dylan Bates doing a great job on the outside, trying to hold him off. Right behind them is Daniel Pope II. Daniel Pope II actually, first time I've seen him race here, but Daniel actually a former DWC driver way back when, way before it was called the Coca-Cola Series. So he has definitely got a lot of experience and a lot of talent. I can definitely tell you that. I know from experience. I've raced around him a couple times in the Pro Series back in the day, long time ago. Man, he's a great driver. Glad to see him here. Expect to see him towards the front by the end of this race as he takes over the 4th place from Dylan Bates, who has got stuck up on that outside and cannot get down. Finally does in that 5th place. A.J. Rogers getting a little bit out of the groove. That's going to open the door for Daniel Pope. And Pope's going to go down the inside. 17 of A.J. Rogers. Struggling a little bit here. A little bit uncharacteristic for him. As, man, he is in trouble here. As there is a line of cars ready to take that spot away from him. He's going to have to really fight hard on the outside. Daniel Pope able to clear him. AJ, though, man, that's a horrible feeling. I mean, you already saw Garrett Kinder trying to just get down as much as he can. AJ not able to get down. Let's go back. Looks like Rick Rube had some sort of issue and goes around. Let's see if we can see what happened to him. We'll do a little Kinder Farm Ranch Records rewind real quick. See if we can see what happened to Rick here. He's got Thomas Capuano behind him. We'll check up in front of him. Tries to check up there. Frank Barbary, and just gets a little bit loose and gets a little bit of help there. He goes around, but no caution. So he is definitely way behind now. Let's go back up front, though. Jason Warren under fire here from Donald Clark. Both these guys teammates. Probably running something similar as far as setups go. These two, 2.5 seconds out on the field. No surprise there, as they are definitely putting down some really, really good lap times. You see him starting to come up on Rick Rube there, who just talked about facing the wrong way just a few laps ago. It looks like this battle is going to chill for a little bit, as they seem to be pretty similar as they come up on the lap car. Let's go back and check this battle back here as we see some guys that are on the move. Daniel Pope, Dylan Bates has moved up 1 spot, but Aaron Johnson up 3 spots. You see him right there in that 21 car. He is on the move. AJ able to get down finally in that 17, get down to the bottom. And I tell you what, this is a meaty top 10, man. I tell you what, if you think you can come in here and win with this group of drivers, just come in here and do it easily, you got another thing coming. These are some of the best short track racers on the service, no doubt about it. Amazing how far Thunderstruck has come. I mean, there's always been really good, talented drivers. This season has just been on a whole nother level of talent. Names that I haven't heard in a long time, but I know that they bring the heat. Back here to Mike Steffen, who is going to the inside of Shannon Wilder. He saw Wilder get a little bit loose there, as Will Drabicki going to go to the inside, and we're seeing Mike Hasty make his way towards the front. And right behind him is Eric Tracy in that 67 car. He is following the 72 through the field, looks like. Somebody's name we hadn't really talked about tonight is Josh Oswald here in the 17, that red car there on your screen. Go ahead and say it now, and I don't want to voodoo him, but I expect to see him up towards the front at the end of this race. I don't know about y'all, but that feels like a pretty dang good bet. He's got to get around Shannon Wilder, but he is somehow knows how to save his stuff and just time it just right. Some guys are they get in a hurry to get up to the front. They got to get up there as fast as possible. Josh can somehow time it out perfectly where he gets there right at the end of the race. So you'll see that 17 will be up towards the front by the end of this race. And Mike Steffen looking to put a move here on Terry Bates. Terry Bates showing the 8 car, but it looks like the 2. As we cross the line for 25, so 100 laps to go, and a lot can still happen here. This is great battles all over the track, and having a nice little green flag run here. And Mike Steffen going to look down to the inside of Terry Bates. Terry going to go up towards the wall. I'm not sure if he meant to do that, but he's going to let about 4 guys go. It looks like it was intentional. He's just like, hey, man, y'all just go ahead. I'm just riding. Everybody kind of bottling it up. Almost looks like Talladega with guys riding in the back. Trying to save that fast repair. Let's go check up front as 1-2 hasn't changed. They are now 3.2 seconds ahead of 3rd place Daniel Pope. These guys setting a pace that's going to be tough to beat. The only 2 drivers in the low 5s, 18.5s. They are running identical lap times. Pretty impressive. Daniel Pope, the only other driver in the 5s. Everybody else is in the 6s and 7s. So if you're going to run these guys down, you better dig down deep, find something. Of course, a lot of people are going to assume they're probably driving the car too hard, wearing their tires out, expecting some cautions. So you get out to a huge lead, but burn more of your tires up. Caution comes at the late, end of the race or late in the race. All that you did maybe feels a little meaningless, but knowing these two drivers, I'm sure they're taking good care of those tires. Go back here and check this battle between Aaron Johnson and AJ Rogers, along with Dylan Bates. Dylan looking a little bit loose off the corners. Aaron loose off the bottom as yellow flag is out as Terry Bates goes around. Brandon Meyer looks like he was involved. Looks like Brandon Meyer, see him sitting there sideways. Looks like Terry Bates immediately toes. So we'll go back to see what happened. Terry Bates fell pretty quickly there. We'll see what happened to old Terry. Got the 10 of Shannon Wilder behind him, drives in there. You see him just getting loose, man. He's trying to save it. Does get it saved, and then just gets a little love tap there. And Brandon Meyer just nowhere to go. And Terry Bates immediately toes. Probably trying to keep a caution from coming out, but Brandon Meyer sitting on the track. Caution does come out, so under our what I believe is our second caution of the night here in the feature. On lap 35 of 125. And it looked like Terry Bates was really just trying to get down low and let some guys go. And just couldn't get out of the way in time. You see Rick Rube there getting a lucky dog, so I believe that puts him back on the lead lap. And he comes down pit road along with Brandon Meyer. Let's see if they take the fast repair, if they try to get a little bit of the repair damage fixed there. It's like Brandon Meyer going to fix some optional damage. Does about 10 seconds of it. In iRacing, they assign a time based on the damage that you've gotten. So if you've gotten some pretty significant suspension damage, body damage, something that could really hinder the race car, iRacing will fix a vast majority of it if it could be fixed in real life, and it's assigned a time. And sometimes you have damage that is required to be fixed before you can leave pit road. So you come in, you've got a minute of required repairs. You have to sit there for that full minute before you can leave, and then after that you'll have some optional repairs, stuff that some minor suspension damage, things that you can still drive without fixing, but your car will definitely be limited in speed and handling. Most of your engine damage is going to be terminal, so you can make that choice. Do I want to sit there and get some of that optional damage fixed? Is it bad enough, or do I want to take a chance and see if my car is good enough to go without it? So some guys electing to come in, at least get a little bit of it fixed. Lights are off on the pace car. Jason Warren with control of the restart. A little bit of restart games going on. Donald Clark tries to jump it a little bit. And Daniel Pope able to get to the inside. Jason Warren gonna, caution is out. Looks like Thomas Capuano goes around. We'll see what happened to him. Starting on the outside of about 7 rows deep. Check up on that outside line. He goes down in there. Sam Wetstein gets in a little hot, not seeing the checkup. and gets into that left rear quarter. Well, there's really not a quarter panel there, but gets in the left rear and goes around. So third caution here on lap 40 of 125. Brennan Meyer. Get the lucky dog. Tracks like this, when the low line is so dominant, having multiple cautions, man, can be so frustrating. As it really shuffles the order around quite a bit, because as you notice on that last restart, Donald Clark starting on the outside, and Daniel Pope was able to get the position starting on the inside of the second row. And now it's swapped, and so now Daniel Pope will be on the outside and Donald Clark will be on the inside. So that will give the advantage to Donald. So really frustrating if you have caution after caution after caution, because if you're not in the lead, you're just fighting to hopefully be on the bottom and hope that the caution comes out at the right time. It's a really frustrating way to race, I can tell you that. But as we get ready to go back green, I want to thank Big Frig. Definitely go check them out. Summer is here, so you're going to need something to keep your water bottles cool, keep your drinks cool when you're out working, outside, fishing, riding ATV, hitting the dunes. As Napoleon Dynamite's grandma used to do. Get your Big Frig cooler, man. Keep that stuff cold longer than anybody else. Check out Big Frig, man. It is a good time to go ahead and get that. They run some specials from now every now and again, so check their website often. Make sure there's something on your list. You got a birthday, anniversary, a divorce party coming up. Definitely get a gift from Big Frig. And if you buy something, buy a spare. Don't just get one thing. You don't know if that thing, you might lose it, or somebody might steal it, and you'll have a backup. So I always want to have a backup. So go ahead and get two things while you're there. All right, going green, lap 44. Jason Warren going to get a good start. Daniel Pope actually gets a really good start. Let's see if he can hold off Donald Clark here into turn one. So Daniel Pope making me look like a dummy, as he's able to clear Donald Clark, take control of that second place. Let's see if he's got anything for these top two. These top two definitely stepped out on their own here, and you see Donald Clark all over the back bumper of the 16 car, as Aaron Johnson fighting on the inside. Dylan Bates, and is able to clear him. Move Aaron Johnson up to fifth place. Last lap by, you see Daniel Pope picking up the speed a little bit, running his fastest lap of the race, matching the lap times of the top three. Starting to see Jason Warren kind of step out from these guys a little bit. Donald Clark getting to the back bumpers of the top. The guys running 1-2 definitely seem to be pretty quick. But Donald going to have to get around Daniel if he's going to keep up there with Jason. Donald Clark has sort of like a wild entry, man. He's got seems like he's slinging the car down into this corner. Let's see if he does it this time. seen it a couple laps in a row where he just kind of doesn't do it that time, goes right down to the bottom. Seems like when the tires are cold, he is really slinging that car in there, trying to hang on to it. But once they start to heat up a little bit, the car looks pretty damn good. Back here, Mike Hasty found his way into the top 10, up to 8th place, able to stay out of trouble so far, and is on a march, trying to get up to the front, man, battle these guys. As he gets to the back bumper of his teammate, Mike Steffen, who is also up quite a few spots. He's up 6 spots from where he started. These guys are really moving. Right behind them, running 14th, a few laps, a little bit ago, and up into 10th place. So watching out for that 17 there. Will Dravicki, Ray Page, Garrett Kinder fighting it out here for 11th place. Oh, Ray Page is going to get up out of the groove, and Will and Garrett Kinder coming along with him as we got a pass for 2nd place. Donald Clark takes over that position. Oh, Aaron Johnson goes around, though, is sitting sideways on the track, and caution is out on lap 56. As we saw a lot of action there as we were watching that battle for 11th place. Let's go back and see what happened, Aaron. Got Dylan Bates behind him in the 624. Going down the corner. Oh, he just gets loose. Did you see Donald Clark going around, and he just solo spins. Doesn't look like he hurt the car too bad. Didn't get into it with anybody else, so just a solo spin, solo caution. Go back and see what happened up front as all that was happening. Yeah, Donald Clark really sends it into the corner there. Aaron Johnson comes down. Not really knowing what for him. He's at the back, so you might as well come in, and if you got a little bit of damage, get that fixed. And that looks like that's what he's going to do. May have knocked the toe out maybe just a tad, so come in and get a little bit of repairs on that thing. Some wet sign coming down pit road along with Thomas Capuano. Thomas been on and off pit road all night as he is currently on his 4th stop, so he has been putting the pit crew to work tonight. But up front still Jason Warren leading the way, led every lap so far. Donald Clark makes the pass for 2nd place, and then caution comes out immediately. So he's going to have to fight hard, just like Daniel did that last restart, to hang on to that 2nd place position. All right, a quick top 10 update for you. Jason Warren, Donald Clark, Daniel Pope II, AJ Rogers, Dylan Bates, your top 5, Mike Steffen, Mike Hasty, Eric Tracy, Josh Oswald, and Will Dravicki, your top 10. And pace car heads down pit road. Jason Warren going to lead us down for our next restart. He gets going. Daniel Pope going to get that inside on Donald Clark. Donald done all that work to get around Daniel, and that caution just gave it all back as he's going to be right behind 16. Daniel's going to clear him again. Back here, this battle still raging between Will Dravicki, Ray Page, and Garrett Kinder. Caution's out again. Aaron Johnson. What in the world? Big checkup in front of him. He slows down. Doesn't seem like he gets involved in anything. Oh, and Brendan Meyer gets in the wall. And I don't know if Aaron could see what was happening as he clips a little bit of net code there. And clips Thomas. Yeah, I don't think he could see at all. We'll go on the cockpit cam and see what Aaron can see here. I bet he couldn't see that neon green car get in the wall like he did. Oh, he could. Just sort of a late reflex there. And that motor blows and he is out of here. So tough break for Aaron Johnson as you hear that motor give way. And he will have an early exit here. Pretty disappointing for that 21 car. He is definitely due for a good race at some point. Well, all right, well, we'll go ahead and give up the 11th through 20th here. Ray Page in that big Frig 41 machine running in 11th. Garrett Kinder in 12th in that big Frig Kinder Farmer Ranch. Velocity Racing. Whatever else is on there. 13 machine. Frank Barbary in 13th behind him. Rick Rube able to recover after that EOL is running 14th. Sam Wetstein behind him in 15th. Thomas Capuano right now the last car on the track. And 16th, Brandon Meyer getting some repairs on pit road in 17th. Aaron Johnson 18th. Shannon Wilder 19th. Terry Bates 20th. Those three drivers are out of the race. Well, all right. Well, all that work that Daniel Pope did. Let's see if he can hang on that outside like he did a couple restarts ago. Able to hang on to that second place. But just like I said, it's so aggravating. All these cautions. You get stuck on the outside, then you get on the inside, then you get stuck on the outside, then you get on the inside. Let's see what happens here. Man, whoa, Daniel gets a great restart on the outside. It's actually a little bit ahead there as he goes down to the corner. And, oh, Dylan Bates is going to go around, and it is going to be a pile-up here into turn 1. As, oh, my goodness, guys trying to get through, guys backing in and out of the track. Josh Oswald is involved. Guys can't figure out when they can go, when they can't go. And man, that was wild. It all started up front with Dylan Bates. Let's see what happened on that restart, man. Just a great restart from the top line, and goes down to the corner. Daniel Pope has to get out of it pretty quick, and that kind of caused that top line that was so strong just not prepared for that. Man, Mike Hasty gets into the back of him. And Mike Hasty able to squeak through that one. Let's go on board with Mike and see what that looked like. Board with Mike Hasty, and he's going to get into the back of him after he's a big checkup. Will Dravicki is like, yeah, thank you guys. I'll take all those spots. Finds himself in 5th place after that pile up there. So a lot of drivers involved. Dylan Bates, Mike Steffen, Josh Oswald, Ray Page, Garrett Kinder. Those guys not really involved. They were kind of just playing bumper cars, trying to get through there. So just a parking lot there in turn 1. After it's all said and done, Dylan Bates, Sam Wetstein. Looks like they are on the tail end of the lead lap, so they'll get the wave around. Ratchet Miller says Ratchet Speed Shop can't get any recognition. Well, hell, I don't see it. Do you see it? You got to talk to your boy. That ain't on me there, Ratchet. I don't know. You see it? I ain't trying to get nobody in trouble, but I can't see you on there, big boy. But I tell you what, Garrett Kinder will definitely say Ratchet Speed Shop is a big supporter of his, even though I can't find it on the car. I'm sure it's somewhere on there, but I don't have my controller anymore to change it up. Well, all right, getting ready to get this thing back green. Hopefully we can get one of those long green flag runs like what we had before, because as these laps start to tick down even more, patience is going to start running out. Jason Warren, Daniel Pope on the front row. This time, though, Jason gets a nice little start, but Daniel does as well, man. Daniel's having some really good restarts. Man, he is... that is so crazy. It just, he's getting off the gas, and man, the guys are just not not braking for Daniel as he gets a shove from Donald Clark going down into the first corner. And man, big pile up again right on the restart. We haven't gotten 2 laps in a row in a while. Go back and see what happened. We kind of saw already, but my goodness. So the 16 get a nice restart, but he definitely is getting off. It's hard to say, but it looks like Donald Clark just gets in there a little bit too hot. Daniel is getting on the brakes a little bit sooner than everybody else. But it's tough to say there. Definitely looked like Donald was getting in hotter than most anybody else, and just cleans out the 16. Kevin Kinder says a crapshoot race. That's right. I mean, these races have been like this, though, where it's, I mean, guys are just fighting for every position. They're not normally. You can see Donald Clark getting an EOL there from that incident. And he's going to go ahead and go down pit road, get some damage fixed. But you have to fight for every position here. I mean, it's not, if you take it too easy, man, you'll find yourself outside the top 10 really quick. And once you get up here with these fellas, every little position is going to matter. And so you see how hard they're fighting to stay there. But good fortune there for Will Dravicki and Eric Tracy. Will Dravicki started in 18th place and is now sitting in second with Eric Tracy behind him, and Garrett Kinder and Rick Rube in 4th and 5th. How quickly things change in these races. After 78 laps, Garrett Kinder finds himself back into his starting position after that spin on lap 2. So it took him a while, but lot of patience. Found his way back up to the front. Well, now some new players up here. We'll see what Will and Eric and Garrett can do up here with this 32 car. Jason gets a nice start. So the battle's going to be here for second place as Eric Tracy, oh man, almost gets it, but almost gets into the side of Will. And Will going to close the door and get to the bottom and take control of that second place move. Eric Tracy back to third and Garrett Kinder fourth. Mike Steffen in fifth. Oh, Ray Page spinning. Oh, it's going to collect Josh Oswald. And no caution just yet. See Josh Oswald and Ray Page just sitting on the track as leaders are coming around. It either needs to be a caution or get out of the way. Ray Page, my goodness, and Will Dravitsky going to take advantage of it. Caution finally comes out as, man, we really needed that caution as that was about to get pretty rough there. We'll see how the scoring pylon works out, but that was bad news for Jason Warren as he's going to be the loser in that as he was trying to avoid Ray Page, who was very slow getting going, coming back on the tracks, trying to stay on the lead lap. You can't blame him. But that was a scary moment, and Will Dravitsky again taking advantage of that in a good way and able to get the lead. I can honestly say I don't know much about Will. Seems like he is a really good driver. Seems to have pretty good wreck avoidance after the last little bit that I've seen. First time I've seen him in a race, at least that I'm aware of. So, putting on a good show. Him and Eric Tracy slowly working their way, keeping their cars clean, working their way to the front. Well, let's go back and see that lead change as we saw Ray Page. He finally got going and was 3 wide, and then Ray almost kind of blocks the bottom there as Jason just apparently picked the wrong lane there, and Ray Page just trying to stay on the lead lap, didn't want to go a lap down. Very scary moment there as he was definitely off the pace just getting that car rolling. I got to give a little bit of props to Jason Warren, though. A lot of guys would, knowing that they were about to give up the lead, would have pushed the issue a little bit and just drove it on the inside of Ray Page. But he backs out and does what I think was probably the smartest thing and saved himself and maybe some others. He may be in second, but he's still got a shot at this race. Well, all right, well, let's see. First time this race we've had a new leader, Will Dravitsky, in that 30 machine, going to lead us down this time. Lights are off on the pace car on lap 86. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and it has been a mess this last little bit. Let's see if we can get a long green flag run to the end of the race, but, you know, that ain't going to happen. It's a good jump, 13 all over the back bumper of the 32. Let's see how long Jason is going to be behind the 30 as Garrett Kinder fights to get down on the inside. Mike Steffen going to go to the inside of him. 14 fighting hard to see Rick Groove get up out of the groove. 3 wide back here. Daniel Pope in the middle, Thomas Capuano on the bottom. Daniel backs out of the 3 wide situation. It is a cluster, you know what, here in mid-pack. Great racing. You do not want to be on that outside as Rick Groove is just falling backwards. Go back up to the front though. Jason Warren all over the back bumper of Will here. As we watch this battle for the lead, you can definitely see Will getting a good run off, but after a couple laps, you start to see Jason start to rotate the center just a lot better than Will is. So Jason's going to have to figure out a way to get that run down the straightaway and get to the inside of him. Jason Warren trying to set him up, entering in a little bit higher, trying to get a run down the straightaway. All the while, Eric Tracy just sitting back there watching. Not much you can do if you're Jason Warren, if you're not willing to put the bumper. It's a little bit too early yet. As Eric Tracy gets a little out of the groove there, has to check up, so he's going to drop back a little bit, but not much you can do if you're Jason Warren in that 32, other than wait for Will to make a mistake. You definitely feel like you're faster. You know, if it was the last lap, you'd definitely see the bumper, but with there being 30 laps to go, you just got to be patient, wait for Will to make a mistake. If you're Will, you just got to be smooth. Don't jump up out of the groove, don't get too loose, don't get on the gas too soon. Just run your line. So far, so good. It's a great battle here for the lead. Vicky doing a great job of holding off this 32. The 32 just doesn't have an opportunity to make a pass. Oh, as soon as I say that, it's a little bit wide off that corner. 32 gets a nice run. 32 is all over him in the center of the corner. Watch for the lead. You can see in the back, Mike Steffen getting under Garrett Kinder for 4th place. Mike Hasty right behind Mike Steffen, Daniel Pope right there, all trying to get around Garrett Kinder. Like Kinder's tires maybe giving away a little bit. So see, maybe have a pass for the lead. 32 takes a look down to the inside, not quite able to make it just yet. And Garrett Kinder, oh, maybe a little contact there as him and Mike Hasty both a little bit off the pace. Oh, and they're checking up, and oh, Garrett Kinder gets a love tap from A.J. Rogers. We stay straight as Garrett Kinder goes from 4th all the way back to 9th place. Lead still hasn't changed. Eric Tracy starting to maybe maybe reel these guys in a little bit. Let's go look at the lap time history between those two drivers. Pretty dang even, so he's able to match the top two. Them battling it out, they get side by side. He'll definitely be able to get up there and try to join this battle. Let's go back here and check. As soon as I turn the camera, there'll be a pass for the lead, but Mike Casey, Donald Clark, and Dylan Bates trying to get their race back together. Mike Casey has done a great job so far. Definitely just stay out of trouble. He needs a good race. Go back up front. The heat is still on, and you can see that 67 right off camera is he's waiting in the wings. So far, Will Trevecki not cracking under the pressure. I mean, he's had the 32 all over his bumper for quite a few laps now, and man, has been able to hang on to that. 18 laps to go, so under 20 laps to go as they are coming up on the lap car of Ray Page. Side of 41 machine. 41 going to stay up out of the way. Jason Warren putting a lot of pressure on him this first little part of the run, but starting to lose a little bit of ground here. You see that gap starting to widen a little bit. Just how hard did Jason Warren push it? Is he going to back it down? Let the tires cool off and make another run at him. You know, I actually hate when broadcasters say that. Like these guys aren't driving their guts out every lap. Like, you know, like you just back off and, oh, I'll just let the guy get 5/10 out. Yeah, that's a whole plan. Yeah, that ain't happening. Jason Warren's driving his guts out, so is Will Trevecki. It's going to be a tight battle here for the end of this race, though, I believe. As the lead, battle for the leads kind of calmed down just a little bit for now. Let's go back here, watch the battle for fourth place. Daniel Pope getting a run down on the inside of Mike Steffen. Not quite. He's going to think about it. Takes a dive. Steffen going to try to defend on the outside, but does leave a gap there. And oh, Daniel Pope has to save it, and he does. As Mike Steffen did not want to get picked by the 41 and fought hard there to hang on to that position. And Ray Page is in 16 given. Oh, Dylan Bates looking a little squirrely, and Dylan Bates goes around with Ray Page. And Ray Page is on his roof, and caution is out. We'll go ahead and rewind that and see what happened. We saw Dylan Bates getting loose. He's going sides to try to make it 3 wide there. Gets into the 72, gets into the 41. And then Ray Page just keeps his foot in it and finishes off the 624. And Ray on his hood. Well, you had to expect it. 10 laps to go, get a caution, and now if you still had gloves on, you got to take them off. Gloves are off. You got to get up on the wheel. If you had the seat leaned back, you go ahead and just kind of scoot it up a little bit. Pull the belts tight. Take a sip of whatever you got sitting there. Tighten your wheel. Make sure your wheel's tight. You need to reach up under there and get that little thing that you use to tighten your wheel down to your desk. Make sure it's tight. Make sure everything's level. You know, if there's a door that's open that maybe a kid will run through or your wife, you close it, lock it. As it's about to get wild and crazy here as we get ready to finish off this Big Frig 125 here at Martinsville, which has really been, is it been a show? I feel like, man, it's been a wild one with a lot of ups and downs for a lot of drivers. I mean, the top 5, it looks different every 20 laps or so. The only person that's really been up front all race long is Jason Warren. Right now, Will Dravicki currently leading. He's led the last third of this race after Jason Warren having to get out of the gas with Ray Page kind of setting a pick for Will. A lot of drivers, fast drivers, who have made their way back up into the thick of things. Mike Steffen running in 4th, Daniel Pope in 5th, Donald Clark 6th, Mike Hasty 7th, AJ Rogers 8th, Garrett Kinder 10th, 9th, Rick Rude 10th, Thomas Capuano 11th. I mean, it's a there's still a lot that can happen here. Lights are off on the pace car. Going to have a 5-lap shootout if we stay green, but I don't think that's going to happen. But hopefully it does. We can see a battle for the win here as Will gets a great jump. Jason Warren trying to dive down to the inside as soon as possible. Will gets a nice little jump. Oh, man, a big wreck behind him. Yeah, I didn't think we'd make it that far as Dylan Bates, Garrett Kinder, Rick Rube involved in that. Let's go back and see what happened. These restarts are going to have almost zero give and take. We're looking on board with Rick Rube as looks like Mike Steffen gets pushed out of, kind of gets a little bit of contact there, gets into the wall. And, man, Rick Rube again gets the 13. I can't imagine the 13 and Rick Rube are going to be friends after this race. They've been like polar opposites of a magnet. Just can't always finding each other as Rick gets the 13 again. And that brings out another caution. So we will have our first of 2 green-white checkers. We saw in the B main that we used both of them. I would expect no less, especially you can see how these drivers are racing right now. And if 32, if you're Jason Warren, you know, your thought process now is, you know, you don't have a whole lot of time. You don't have time to race them out. You don't have time to set the guy up. You got to hope he makes a mistake on the restart or make the decision to give him the bumper. So what will 32 do? And if you will, you just got to do the best you can to get the best start you can get out. Get as big a lead as you can on the restart. Hopefully try to snooker the 32 and the 67. That way you can really kind of try to sail off a little bit. Well, all right, coming to take the 1 to green in our first out of 2 green-white checkered attempts. I want to thank everybody for who was watching. Hope y'all enjoyed the race. It's been action-packed, so you haven't really been lacking in entertainment, and it's only going to get better from here as we get ready. First of 2 attempts at a green-white checker. Will Dravicki going to lead us down, going to get a really nice jump, but Jason Warren going to be right there on his back bumper as I go down into turn 1 and 2. Jason Warren going to get to the back bumper of the 30 and spins him out. And a big wreck as Daniel Pope is going to go into the wall. And Mike Steffen going to take the lead, and Jason Warren jumps down into pit road, and it calls it a night. I'm sure he didn't mean to get into the 30. If I know Jason like I do, let's go back and see what happened. We kind of saw what happened there, but we'll show it one more time. Trying to get everything that you can get. Goes down to the corner. Gets a nice run off here. Gives him a little bump. Tries to get up under him. 30 car just defending the best he can, and then just a pile up behind him. Daniel Pope, Eric Tracy. Multiple drivers involved there. But Mike Steffen comes out with the lead. He did get a little bit of damage, or was involved in that. Got a couple hits there, but you know, I don't know how good that car. It looks good. I mean, visually, it doesn't look like there's any damage, but we'll see just how much he has. Looks like Mike Hasty suffered enough damage. He needs to come in and get some repairs done along with Eric Tracy. Woo, boy, oh boy. Oh, and it looks like Donald Clark actually has some motor issues. You see a little bit of smoke coming out of there. We still have another green-white checker to do. You can definitely see the front of his, that bar is definitely bent. And you can see that smoke coming out of the back. He may try to run it out. If he gets a meatball flag, which is they call it a meatball flag because it's a black flag with an orange circle in it, which just says that iRacing has deemed your car bad enough that you need to come on in. Even though it's running, you got to come on in and get required repairs. If he stays on the track with a meatball, he will be disqualified. So far he stayed on the track, so it must mean he doesn't have one, but he will be low on power, which could be dangerous for those behind him. You see him testing it out to see how that motor is responding. He really only needs to make it 3 laps. So if he can keep that thing from fully expiring, he can try to limp it home. Maybe if he can win the race with a motor that's given out, that'd be impressive. If you're the 21 car, that makes you nervous, or anybody on the high line, because you just don't know how much speed he's going to have when they get going. So guys are going to be on the lookout for that. Well, all right, pace car is pulling off. Man, what are we going to see? Mike Steffen with the lead here. Going to have control of this restart. We'll see what that 18 can do, and cannot go. The 18 is just down on power. Guys all over the back bumper, going 3 wide here as Donald Clark falling back quickly. Everybody able to skate through without much issue. Mike Steffen going to hang on to this lead. Comes down with 2 laps to go. A.J. Rogers is there, though. Comes down off of turn 3. Going to come to the white flag. What's A.J. Rogers willing to do here? Is he going to try to go to the outside, maybe go to the inside, try to get a run? Right now, Mike Steffen gets a good run off, too. Just needs to have a perfect corner here. A.J. Rogers going to get to the back bumper, gives him a little shove, and oh, Mike Steffen hangs on to it, and Mike Steffen is going to win at Martinsville in the Big Frig 125 with a great run to the finish there on that last green-white checker. A.J. Rogers gave him every bit that he had without wrecking him, and Mike Steffen comes home with the victory. So congratulations to Mike. Well-deserved, kept his car clean, and was able to get the win after that last green white checkered. So congratulations to Mike Steffen. What an exciting finish. Big props to A.J. Rogers for racing him hard and clean. He gave him a few bumps, but he didn't spin him. I think he might have tried to get him a little bit loose off the turn 4, but Mike Steffen obviously seeing it coming and was able to hang on to it and get that win. So he's going to try to do some burnouts here on the front. We'll watch him do that. Congratulations to Mike Steffen. But let's go ahead and get these interviews going. But we'll go ahead and give the Big Frig ice cold move of the race. And that obviously goes to Mike Steffen there on that restart. As I'll tell you what the ice cold move of the race was. As see if we can get a couple laps back. And we'll stop it right here. We'll go, you watch, he's got a nice little Skeletor helmet here. Let's watch those hands. He comes off of turn 4 with A.J. Rogers all over the back bumper. Just giving it all he had to get off that corner without spinning out. And that's your Big Frig ice cold move of the race. Ice in his veins, able to take home the victory. Congratulations to Mike Steffen. Let's go ahead and talk to these guys. You know what? The guys we're going to talk to, way different than what I thought. So let's bring Thomas Capuano in here. Hey, Thomas, Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I do.
Well, man, what a ridiculous race. A lot of action going on, but it's Martinsville. Everybody wants to win this one. It's a wild and crazy show, and definitely delivered on that front tonight. Man, you were involved in so many things. You were on pit road more than anybody else, 5 times on pit road, but able to come home in 3rd place. Talk about your race, man.
Yeah, started off, even before the race even started off with a terrible day. Like, honestly, terrible day. And I didn't even think about clocking any laps in practice. I was just like, yeah, we'll see what happens. I was even thinking of just starting and parking. Like, I didn't feel like racing today. But, yeah, Josh hooked me up with a setup before practice ended. And I just messed around with it a little bit. Forgot to put fuel in it, so kind of got lucky. After the B main, I forgot to put fuel in it, so I got lucky with that first caution, brought it down pit road, filled it up, and then I was just, kind of hanging around in the back, trying to save some stuff. Car could have been better, but I think it was also me just picking up the throttle too soon. But overall, it was pretty ridiculous night. I got some damage early on. When I got spun out, it hit the wall. I think I had a little motor damage from that. And then I was tweaking on it, trying to fix that damage, and then I got absolutely clobber knocked by I don't even know who it was, but I got absolutely demolished. And then took my fast repair. I took my fast repair after the wreck with the 33, and kind of was just biding my time. 1 or 2 wrecks, I almost couldn't believe that I got through. But, got through what I needed to get through. Ended up pretty decent. Really had an abysmal run at North Wilkesboro, so I kind of shot any points possibility out of the question. But excited to keep having good runs. I enjoy racing with these guys. I just want to first and foremost apologize to the 41 car. I'm pretty sure I had some cars on my bumper, and he got a little sideways in front of me, and I tried to check up, but I hit the brakes and nothing happened. I just went right through him. Really thought I was going to get EOL there, but race control Thankfully saw it as a racing deal, so I got to keep my spot. But yeah, just overall really pumped about getting this 21 car back into the top three again. Um, Got to give a major shout out to Garrett Kinder for a decent, perfectly timed bump on that restart there. The car on the outside pole had a lot of damage, and I thought I was pretty screwed. But Garrett gave me a bump really just when I needed it. Give me a little bit of jump to get down to the inside. So Garrett's really the reason why I'm in third. Hate to see him have such tough luck in that race, but overall, just really happy with it.
Well, all right, man. Well, congratulations. You got any sponsors, shout outs, friends, and family you want to thank?
Yeah, first and foremost, got to thank all my friends that kind of were like, "Yo, just do something, get your mind off what I was thinking about." And they were like, "Why don't you get on iRacing?" So I just kind of decided to hop on. So I got to thank all my friends for encouraging me to get on and play. Got to thank Stafford Speedway, Wall Stadium, Fenceline Films, Stephen Kopsick Motorsports, uh, and TA Engines for giving me a motor that somehow was okay after 41 seconds of optional. So yeah, excited about it. Thanks to Race Control for not giving me EOL there, but thanks for you for doing the broadcast. Excited to watch you back tomorrow. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, all right, man. Well, good race. Congratulations on third place.
Thanks.
Well, there you have it. Thomas Capuano. Let's bring in second place, AJ Rogers. AJ, the city in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Man, it's going great, dude. Well, I mean, a wild and crazy race. Ups and downs for
Sure.
you, man.
Oh,
Um,
well, yeah, that was a heartbreaker, and then the roller coaster ride is unbearable sometimes, but it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, talk a little bit about how frustrating it is on a racetrack that is low line dominant, but then you have caution after caution. So you kind of flip flop. If you're not the leader, you're in second, then you're in third, or you're in fourth, and then you're fifth, and you're in sixth, and then you're fifth, and you're just constantly going back and forth, trying to get back down to the low line. You were kind of stuck back there, maybe in fourth, fifth, sixth for a lot of the race. Kind of talk about how frustrating that is, just to try to get down to the low side every freaking caution.
Yeah, it was my car was definitely a lot better on the long run. That's what I was kind of hoping for tonight. So it's what kind of worked for testing and doing some things for my liking. Big shout out to Kent for the setup and those guys at Velocity with it. But um, I don't know if I had a car when the guys up front were faster, but I was trying to save a little bit and see what I could come out at the end. But yeah, starting outside sucks because you just got to get to the bottom so quick, and then you get a caution and you're back to the bottom, and then you get another caution, you're back to the top. So it's really hard to make any progress right there.
Well, I mean, hey, you did what you needed to do, and you found yourself back up to second place where you started. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know if there was a secret. But
Luck. It was all luck.
it seemed like you just needed to have that damn horseshoe right up in there. I mean, just lubed
Yeah.
up and right
It-
all the way in to make it to the end of this race. And
yeah,
yeah.
it was tough all throughout. I mean, it's such a tough track to get around with these cars, and it's such a fine line with these things. How kind of out of control they are. And it doesn't take much of a overdrive a corner and get in the back of somebody and shove them up a track. And then you've got 3-4 cars wrecking in front of you. I know Josh had a little trouble tonight with stuff. And I know I'm looking forward to battling it out with him. I hope I can keep up the momentum here and get the championship. So we'll play from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Should give you the lead in the championship. But talk about that last restart. I mean, you had a chance at Mike Steffen. I mean, you definitely took your chance. But man, I got to give you props, man. I thought it was a clean race for the lead. I mean, you could have easily tried to just went in there and just dumped him. But I thought, man, you raced it about as clean as you could be. Gave him a couple shoves to maybe get him out of the groove. And they're coming to the checker flag. Gave all that you had. So just wanted to commend you on a good, clean race for the win.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's something I take a lot of pride in. I mean, I can understand moving somebody up a track, but not just blatantly two cars too deep, and I wasn't going to do that to him. I know he had a little bit of damage. I think if I'd had a couple more laps, I'd have easily got around him. But I'm happy with second tonight. I'll take the points, and it was fun. At the end, it was frustrating during the middle of it.
Well, all right, man. Well, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs? Friends, family, wives, kids?
Friends, family, definitely wife and kids. They have fun watching and playing this every now and then all my friends on Velocity, SPM, all the guys that we've branched out with there. It's a lot of fun. That's what makes iRacing is your friendship on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Great communities, man. They make all the difference in the world. If you're racing officials and you need to, you got to get off and find you a group of guys that you get have a lot in common with, like to race the same stuff. It makes all the difference in the world. Well,
100% it does. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Congratulations.
Have a good night.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, let's. I know he's been waiting, and I can't wait to talk to him. Mike Steffen, your winner. Mike, the city in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Eddie, yeah, copy.
Man, congratulations. Man, you're up front. You made your way up towards the front. It was a mess, a battle, and unbelievable there at the end. Able to get the lead, hold on to the lead on that last green white checkered after a hard charge on AJ Rogers, man. But man, you held strong. We watched as you come off of turn 4, that steering wheel all the way to 3 o'clock coming off the corner, trying to keep that bump from getting you out of shape, and able to hang on to it and get that win, man. Congratulations. Tell me about it.
Yeah, thanks. Definitely one of those nights to be luckier than good there. So yeah, just a tough break for those guys up front there, and but yeah, somehow luck boxed into the one spot there, and just kind of dirt racer. So the restarts are going to be good. If I have a chance to kind of go on my own. So yeah, it worked out. Made a little mistake there in 3 and 4 on that last lap, but luckily AJ didn't catch me there, and yeah, made it out of there.
Well, I mean, man, it's a wild race. We talked a little bit about with AJ about the difficulties of just a caution field race where the low line's dominant, having to be on the outside, inside. I mean, what was your strategy to try to combat that a little bit and try to stay up near the front?
That's a good question. Some of it's a long game, just points wise, running every week. So some of it's just kind of keeping guys at bay in the back. And I mean, at this point of the season, got to kind of think one spot's not going to kill me. So I think you need to be a little bit more, or at least I'm trying to be more cognizant as far as where I am, where other guys are at, to try to catch them points wise. So one spot here and there wasn't going to kill me versus popping in one off racing here and there. So yeah, it didn't really matter. I just wanted to kind of keep those spots and keep other guys at bay, and then kind of do my best with that part.
Yeah, I mean, with 3 races remaining, and you come into this race in 4th place, a good bit of points behind. Man, a statement that a win makes like this. I mean, AJ finished right behind you. He'll take over the points lead, but you finish in a good bit ahead of Garrett Kinder and Josh Oswald having some trouble. I mean, that really tightens this points race up between the top 4 of you. So, I mean, you already talked about it a little bit, getting ready, trying to think about this championship. And, man, with a win, that's a good way to get down to these last few races. So, congratulations, man. Great finish. Great race there at the end. Who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs, friends, family, anything like that?
Yeah, sure. No, the boys from Rocco Nation, Cebulski Window Tinting, and Mike Hasty for helping out with the setup as always every week. So appreciate it, and got me to victory lane somehow.
Well, all right. Well, man, congratulations on the win. Go celebrate with you boys. I know, man, it's been a long time coming. So good to see you get one this season for sure.
Absolutely. Thanks for all you do, Eddie.
Well, there you have it. The winner tonight at Martinsville, Mike Steffen, with a wild finish. The wild race all the way around. There is a lot to talk about. Maybe a little trash talk to have going on. But after that race, AJ Rogers takes full control of the points lead at 282 points. Josh Oswald 274, Garrett Kinder 257. But Mike Steffen with that win is going to tighten it all up at 255. So just 2 points out of 3rd place. A couple more races like that, and he is in the hunt for the championship. So still 3 races to go. A lot that can happen. I mean, you could see I said about it in the race. The top 5 every 20 laps or so were completely different. So guys just driving their guts out, driving wild, trying to get these wins. As you see how hard they are to come by. Sometimes luck is what you need. So congratulations to Mike Seven. Thanks Josh Oswald, Aaron Ward for running race control, and thank our sponsors Big Frig and Killin Time. Definitely appreciate their support. Couldn't get these things off the ground without those people and all the drivers, man. All the drivers put on a show. A lot of fun. So, all right. Well, I'm Eddie with Rebel Racing Network, and hope y'all have a good night. We'll see you next week. We are going to. We got 4 races remaining. We got five flags next week, and then Bristol, Lanier, and Nashville Fairgrounds. That is a hell of a run to the end. So come on out next Wednesday night and check us out. We will see you. See you then. Y'all have a good night.